Yeah, so first of all, one death is one too many. We've lost too many family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers during this crisis. But the BC NDP has created the first ever Ministry of Mental Health and Addictions. In 2019, overdose rates were down 39% over the previous year. However, when COVID hit, that really created a crisis. Really created a crisis again. We are increasing youth beds from 104 to 257 youth treatment beds. We're also increasing adult treatment beds, including for First Nations. And we are also, under Dr. Bonnie Henry's direction, creating a safe supply so that people can get away from toxic street drugs.
Idea is to legalize, because decriminalization still criminalizes solutions. So we would like to give not-for-profits the chance to open like an opium tea lounge and compassion clubs, to give places for people to safely and responsibly use drugs, to give cities the chance to zone so that they can create safe injection sites that have been proven to work, and housing that has nurses on staff that can deal with overdoses. A one-size-fits-all from Victoria hasn't worked, and it won't work as we move forward.
I have a friend who had a difficult time as a teenager. He became addicted to drugs. He then got into gangs. He went to jail. He came out of jail. He was still addicted. He needed money for drugs. He had no job. He went back to jail because he could only turn to crime. And now that's been his life, 10 years on. I firmly believe, and the Green Party believes, in the Portugal model of decriminalizing drugs. Drug users are not criminals, they're victims. They're trapped. Once you give them a criminal record, they're stuck. It doesn't help anyone to trap them in crime. That's it.
Drug use is fundamentally an issue of human connection and the absence thereof. I don't think it is a criminal issue. I think drug use needs to be decriminalized, and individual drug users need to be treated as individual humans, capable of the same levels of intellect and compassion that we all are. I think by and large, capitalism has restructured our society in unhealthy ways so that people, especially during this pandemic, feel helpless and of no value. But that is not true. We are not based off of the productivity that we generate. We have intrinsic value, and we need a government system that respects that within all of us, especially the most vulnerable. We need an immense amount of resources and programs to genuinely help the individuals who need it most. And that's what I would be campaigning for.
Thank you for that important question. So the opioid crisis has hit us hard here in Chilliwack and in British Columbia, and the BC NDP have delivered the highest numbers since the pandemic in this area was called in 2016. So the BC Conservatives believe that we need a four-pronged approach, and this includes prevention first as a big priority. Secondly, treatment, adding more licensed beds here in Chilliwack. Thirdly, harm reduction, including things like substitution therapy. And finally, enforcement, which includes supporting our police, but also providing stronger sentences for prolific offenders who prey on our most vulnerable. And I've spent a lot of time working with families who have lost family members, and we need to do this in order to be compassionate and to show some results.
Yeah, well, thanks for that question. And as a criminologist, I'm accustomed to spending up to 3 hours speaking on this subject matter in the classroom. So I'll try to keep my comments brief here. The most important thing is we need to understand that addiction is a health issue. First and foremost, it's a health issue, and right now it is about the most serious health issue that you could imagine. It is an epidemic, and a lot more people are suffering or dying from it than anything else right now. Overdoses have increased fourfold in the last year. We have to change that. We need to be able to respond to people who suffer from addictions with recovery options. We have to have beds available, treatment available, wraparound services available, not in 6 weeks or 8 weeks, but right now. And that is a commitment that I and my party, the BC Liberals, will make.